How's the orientation going?
Chris was giving me the grand tour. It's very cozy.
It's the perfect size for a crew of 4, though.
It still blows my mind that it's just the 3 of you here. I always thought you had like an army of people behind the camera.
We don't have an army. We have a Chris. Chris Smash.
Yes, you do.
Is the faucet broken? They announced a scheduled interruption was going to happen today.
There was a scheduled interruption in my area too, but it was yesterday.
Really? Mine has one tomorrow.
Good, you're all here. We've got a breaking story. An anonymous video is claiming that the city's water supply is contaminated, and it's going viral.
No way. Contaminated with what?
That's for us to figure out.
That explains the service interruptions.
Chris, what's rule number 1?
Never trust the internet.
Wait, so the video's a hoax?
Not necessarily. Anna, what's rule number 2?
Gather information.
Selene, this will be your crash course in how we do things here at BNN. Throughout the week, the concessionaires of the Metro Water and Sewage Authority, or MUSA for short, have scheduled rotational water service interruptions across the city, citing operational adjustments as their reason. These activities have drawn the ire of citizens, accusing them of poor management on social media. 4 hours ago, a video was posted by a user named Salty Old Cherub that has gone viral. The footage contains what is allegedly an area of the La Mesa Dam reservoir with multiple unlabeled steel drums of unknown liquid spilling into the water. The video is captioned with the sentence, "You're drinking contaminated water." It now has over 250,000 views.
Yikes. Does that mean that MUSA already knew about the contamination? Is this why we have scheduled interruptions everywhere?
Rule number 3, verify the facts. Maybe they're late, maybe they're not. Our information needs to be accurate and precise. Our sources need to be vetted, and their statements need to be substantiated and corroborated.
Well, has MUSA released an official statement yet? If this video has 250,000 views in just 4 hours, people might be panicking already.
Looks like you have your first assignment. Selene, reach out to MUSA and get in touch with their spokesperson for a statement about both the water interruptions and our anonymous whistleblower's video.
You got it, boss.
Something's bothering me about the video. What was in these drums exactly? If the drums are unmarked, how do we know if the contents are actually hazardous? How does Salty Old Cherub know for sure it wouldn't just get filtered out during the water treatment process?
Those are some very good questions. Chris, reach out to Salty Old Cherub for comment. Maybe even try to find out who they are using their digital footprint.
On it, Chief.
Anna, you and I will prep the news packages. We need to have a story and script ready for whatever scenario Selene and Chris uncover.
Aye, Captain.
So, I've got an official statement from the office of the MUSA spokesperson. Basically, they said all water quality tests meet the national safety standards, and that the scheduled interruptions are unrelated. They've now posted a full statement on their social media, and will be holding a press conference tomorrow to present all the details.
That's good, right? It means the video is just a prank. I don't know about that. Salty Old Cherub didn't respond to me about the contents of the drums, but they posted that they're a former engineer at Musa, and said that the water treatment methods there are subpar. They shared some research to back it up, and I have to say it's got some solid data. I forwarded it to some third-party experts that work with Musa for comment, and they agreed. Wait, so is the water contaminated or not?
That can't be right. Are you sure he's not just tricking you with technical jargon? Maybe he's just a disgruntled employee, or maybe he's just using AI to produce the research.
Are you sure you're not just being fooled by Musa's sophistry? They're not even denying the contamination directly. Either they have absolutely no idea what they're doing, or they're hiding something.
You would rather trust some random person online than the city's legally commissioned authority?
I trust data, and right now, your legally commissioned authority hasn't even provided any.
Alright, relax you two. Remember, we're a neutral party. We don't take sides. We just report the truth.
But how do we know who's telling the truth?
We don't even know who one of them is.
Well, we focus on what we know for sure. We know that a video was posted alleging contamination, and we know that Musa made a statement reassuring the public.
One of them could be lying.
The public needs to hear the truth.
Rule number 4. Validate the story. To qualify as a valid news report, verified stories must be timely, relevant, significant, balanced, and must serve human interests. The information we have now might not be complete, but the truth rarely ever is. That doesn't mean it isn't the truth. We're not always going to have all the answers. Sometimes all we can report are more questions, and that's okay. Acknowledging uncertainty is also part of responsible reporting.
I have a suggestion.
Of course, Anna. What is it?
One time I asked my best friend Siri if it was raining. She said it was a 100% chance of precipitation. But then my test said that it's not going to rain because it was El Niño, so the season was too dry. They argued for a long time about who was right. So in the end, instead of listening to them argue, I just went outside and looked for myself. So instead of listening to Musa and Salty Old Cherub argue, maybe we can just go to La Mesa Dam and look for ourselves?
Why didn't I think of that?
You can use Chris's drone cameras to help us find the drums. I don't mind using the drones, but it's going to be a long drive. We'll never make it back in time. We don't all have to go. We only need one reporter. It's only Selene's first day. She needs to learn the ropes first. You can swap. Selene can take my place as co-anchor.
Really?
Not my point. There are too many variables. You're going to need someone to hold the camera, prep the teleprompter, and fly the drones. You can come with me, Ben. Hello? Someone needs to operate the camera here.
It's already pre-programmed, right? Maybe you could just show me how? I majored in multimedia.
This is crazy, bro.
What about your makeup?
Makeup? We don't do that here.
Now that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So many things can go wrong with this plan. Gil, back me up here. Gil.
Bahala na. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bahala Na News Network. I'm your anchor, Gil Aguilar. And tonight, we have some rippling news to share with you. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, I'd like to introduce you to our newest member here at BNN. Some of you may already know her, especially after our news coverage of her debut in the music industry. Now making her foray into the media industry as well, please welcome rising rock star and now rookie reporter, Selene Sarayas.
Good evening, everyone. I'm thrilled to be here and to join the BNN team. It's definitely a big change from performing on stage, but I'm ready to tackle some hard-hitting news. And who better to do that with than BNN? Seriously, you guys are my heroes.
Well, it looks like you jumped in at the right time. Tonight, we're diving into a potentially alarming situation involving our city's water supply. But as always, we aim to separate fact from fiction and bring you the most reliable information. Rotational water service interruptions have been scheduled by concessionaires of the Metro Water and Sewage Authority across the city throughout this past week, drawing the ire of citizens. The concessionaires have cited operational adjustments as the reason for the interruptions. Earlier this morning, however, a new development emerged when an anonymous video surfaced claiming that the La Mesa Dam reservoir had been contaminated by unknown substances. The video posted by a user named Salty Old Cherub shows several unlabeled drums spilling their contents into the reservoir. This video has gone viral, amassing over 500,000 views as of this report.
In response, MUSA spokesperson engineer Patricia Dizon has released the following official statement. We are aware of the recent video circulating on social media alleging that the city's water supply is contaminated, and we take such claims very seriously. Public health and safety are our highest priorities. We have launched an immediate and thorough investigation collaborating with independent laboratories and local health authorities to verify these claims through comprehensive water quality testing, and all results thus far meet national safety standards. The recent rotational water service interruptions are part of our ongoing infrastructure upgrade efforts to ensure a reliable and sustainable water supply, unrelated to any contamination issues.
But in the meantime, questions remain about the validity of these claims and the timing of these interruptions. Our very own Anna Anahao is currently on site at La Mesa Dam, ready to provide us with live coverage. Anna, can you hear us?
Hi! I can hear you loud and clear. I'm here at the La Mesa Dam with our technician Chris Barleria, who is operating our drone cameras to provide aerial footage. Right now, we're searching for any signs of those drums seen in the video.
How's the atmosphere on site? Have you spoken to anyone who might know about the spill?
I went to the facilities office earlier to ask them about the video, but they asked me to wait in the lobby to talk to someone. There's no sign of any active spills right now, but as you can see from the drone footage, we're flying around the area to see if we can spot the drums or any other suspicious activity.
Keep us updated, Anna. And remember, safety first. If anything seems off, pull back immediately.
Aye aye, Captain!
Chris sent over the following graphic to show us the flight path of the drone cameras. As you can see, they are circling around the perimeter of the reservoir, looking for any signs of the drums in the video. If the Salty Old Cherub's video is legitimate, we should be able to spot signs of spillage, unless it has already been cleaned up.
Speaking of which, after a deep dive into this Salty Old Cherub's account, Chris discovered that the account is brand new, with no prior activity, which raises some red flags about its credibility. However, the poster claims to be a former engineer at MUSA and has provided some fairly detailed technical information about the water treatment process, which even experts who have worked with MUSA seem to agree with.
While it's clear that they are quite well versed on the subject matter, we have yet to confirm their identity at this point. Who exactly is our mysterious poster, and what are their intentions? Is this simply a case of a well-intentioned whistleblower wishing to remain anonymous, or is there some hidden agenda lurking beneath the surface?
That's definitely something we need to consider. It's important that we remain skeptical of all sources until we have concrete proof.
Exactly. For now, we have two conflicting narratives. One from a well-versed but anonymous source with video footage, and one from an official authority. We're working diligently to verify the details, and we will continue to provide updates as they come in.
Gil, we've got something. Chris spotted several drums along the far side of the reservoir. They're in the water, and they look exactly like the ones in the video.